These days have been long. The night, seemingly longer. We've been tested in ways we've never thought possible. And yet, we're still here. We're still here. As Americans, as human beings, as horned frogs. Our purple still shines in the dark. Our flag still waves in the sky. And no matter where you are, no matter what city, what state, what country, know that TCU is still your beacon in the night. It's your house of solid rock, and nothing will ever take that away. You see, TCU is not a place. It's not stadiums or arenas. TCU is people. It's a memory. TCU is all of us, fighting every day, caring for each other, protecting each other. Because here, there are no strangers. There's just family. And family, no matter creed, no matter color, no matter distance, is always together. And no matter what happens next, know this. We're here for you, like you've always been there for us. Go Frogs, always and forever.
Launches the shot. Can you believe it? TCU wins. Frogs have done it in the Alamo City.
Well, good evening, Horned Frog family. How are you? Great to see you out there, and thanks for joining us here tonight. I'm Brian Estridge, and tonight is a little different. 2020's been a little different, has it not? We want to welcome you all in. We want to welcome our fans, our faithful donors. We want to welcome our faculty, our staff who've joined us, our coaches and staff members, administrators alike. Thank you for joining us here tonight. We're going to have fun. We're going to make 2020, well, we're going to make you remember what's happening in 2020 as far as tonight is concerned. All right, so we understand that things have been a little different. And as that video told us, you know, we've been tested. It's been trying times, but we're all still here. Horned Frogs, we're all here together in this. And so we thought we would take an opportunity to come together tonight as one, well, to relax a little, to enjoy things, to look forward to when we're all back together again. And tonight we get to do it with a little fashion flair as well. It's going to be a fun night. A couple of things that I want to walk us through, though. Remember that the Frog Club is here for you. And that's one of the reasons why they've decided to create events, even in times like these, where we can still bask in the pride that we all have for TCU. The Frog Club wants to make sure that you are getting the most out of your membership, like events like tonight. And that's why we've created this. So I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the next few minutes as we all come together again as a TCU family. A couple of other things that we want to make sure that we point out. There have been some unique rewards throughout the academic year that they've created to ensure that you get the most out of that Frog Club membership, but also to ensure that we could get a chance to say, you know what, thank you. Thank you for being a part of the TCU family. You received this invitation, and I bet you've been wondering, what is this going to be all about? Well, we have some very special times in store for you here tonight. TCU recently welcomed the Follett Corporation to campus as our campus store. You know about that more than likely. That, along with the partnership with the TCU Horned Frog store, has enabled us to continue to highlight some new apparel items that a lot of you, well, have been asking for. Tonight, you get to see some of those. What a better way to showcase them than to see some familiar faces as well sporting these new items. You're going to hear more about that as the night goes on. Also, a couple of housekeeping items, all right? If you get disconnected at any point, I want you to just go back to the link that you received in the email, okay? Reference that original event link that the Frog Club sent out. There's that'll get you right back into our operation here tonight. You'll also notice there's a submission form for a question and answer portion of the evening. So if at any point you have a question that you'd like to ask of our experts, don't ask them of me when it comes to fashion. You never know. I might be sitting here in Nike shorts and flip-flops, but I'm not going to tell you that. But don't ask me the fashion questions, because we've got a terrific group of panelists who are going to join us tonight, and we'll have a chance to kind of share from their expertise with you what this new apparel is going to look like, but also what is in the future for TCU as far as the Horned Frog store is concerned and this new partnership with Follett Corporation. All right. So without further ado, why don't we get started? I'd like to welcome in two very good friends of mine, special guests here tonight to join us. Corey Moss is the Executive Vice President and Managing Director of the Collegiate Licensing Company, and Shauna Fedderson is with Game Day Couture. Corey and Shauna, welcome in, and thanks for being with us. It's great to see your face today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting us be a part of this.
And Corey, I'm sure, you and I were talking earlier, we're wearing the same shirt, but I don't know that we're wearing the same pants, but we're not going to tell anyone that, right?
I can guarantee you and I both don't have the same thing from the waist down.
All right, there we go. All right, it is going to be fun. Let's start. Let's get things started off by learning a little bit about our guests. All right, and Shauna, let's start with you. If you could fill us in on your role here tonight, and fill us in also into what you're looking forward to.
Absolutely. So tonight I'm going to be speaking to a little bit of the fashion that you guys are going to see on screen, some of the trends that are happening this fall with fashion in general. Obviously, there's always a unique spin whenever you speak to fan fashion apparel and each region of the country and how they are going to wear it. So TCU is always one of our favorites to visit and always one of our favorites to see how they're going to style their outfits. So I'm going to be speaking a little bit about that, as well as give you some insight as to some upcoming trends.
All right. You can tell Shauna's a pro at this. By the way, for those of you who might be wondering, this is not your typical Zoom, all right? So the only people that are on camera are the three of us, okay? But we do have that chat section so we can hear from you, and we look forward to hearing from you throughout the night. All right, Corey, it's your turn. Fill us in on your background.
Well, I'm with CLC, and we're a behind-the-scenes company. Many people don't know about us or what we do. We connect brands like the unique TCU brand with licensees and manufacturers of apparel and non-apparel products like Shauna's company. So we work behind the scenes. Despite what many say, have a baby face, I have been with CLC for over 25 years, if you can believe that. So I've been around, and I actually grew up as a son of an athletic director. So I spent a lot of time as ball boys playing in empty gyms, helping, retrieve different things for different sports, running in the equipment room. So I grew up around this space for many, many years.
I like that. So this is important to you. By the way, speak about that licensing space, if you would, and the advancement that TCU has made in that space has been tremendous over the last several years, hasn't it?
It has, and I think everybody on here knows the uniqueness of TCU, and that's what we really try to drive home to people and companies like Shauna and Soho and Game Day Couture. Really driving home the uniqueness of the culture, uniqueness of the fan base, uniqueness of the brand and its colors, and try and make those connections with the companies that the Frog Club and other fans would like to see and be able to purchase.
Sounds great. Shauna, are you as excited as I am about tonight? I think this is really cool.
Absolutely. And Corey, you spoke to it. I mean, like when we put together a collection, we have to think about all the universities that we work with, right? And their cultures and what's happening on campus, what's happening locally. And really the fan culture is what inspires us to create some of those designs. And they reach out to us and let us know on social media and through our retail partners, hey, we want to see this. This is missing for the female consumer, or this is not really a great fit for us. Can we maybe get a tweak on it that meets our needs? And that's our job, is to really listen to the consumer and the culture of what's happening on campus, as well as the alumni and the fan base, and to bring that to fruition. And companies like the CLC as well as Follett are great to work with in that capacity, because they help give us that feedback as well, so that we can then translate that into what the garments end up being and what you see in your stores.
All right. Are we ready to get started? You ready to roll out our first one?
Let's do it.
All right. Why don't we start with a very familiar face, if you would. That, of course, is our man, Jeremiah Donati, the athletic director here at TCU. All right. Give us an idea of what we're looking at here from ADJD, because I love this Johnny O line. This is some really cool stuff.
Oh, are you speaking to me? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Shauna. Yes. Hey, you don't like I said earlier, Shauna, you don't want me talking about from a fashion expert. That's going to be you.
So Johnny O is wearing a striped polo. This is obviously like a classic look. It really is going to set anybody up for like success whenever you need to go somewhere, whether it's to the office or whether it's to the game. It really is the most versatile piece that you could have in your collection if you're going to have a piece of TCU apparel, which I'm sure most of the people watching probably have several. This is a go-to, a natural selection. But what's great about it is it's on trend with the stripes being the micro stripes and it not being too overpowering, and then the logo being very subtle. So you can layer it and cover it up if you need to, but also that you could wear it to the game and fit right in. And I know a lot of polos are really great, that versatile piece to wear to the golf course and whatnot. And those are all the standard places, but it really is one of the most versatile pieces that you can have in your closet for menswear.
And Corey, we've seen Johnny O now since, I guess, 2017 or so, with TCU merchandise landing here on campus back a couple of years ago, and it's been a big seller, been very popular among folks, hasn't
it? Yeah, absolutely. And I think Shauna mentioned it, the subtle hit of TCU on a product like this. Everybody doesn't always want the things that scream TCU, big, bold across the chest or across the back. And so this is just some really classic product. And quality product.
Yeah, and the athletic director, as you mentioned, wearing that striped polo. They have other items, fleece items available. They also have button-down shirts, T-shirts from Johnny O as well. All right, so that's the athletic director looking good. All right, let's go to our next one now. Shauna, did you have one more thing about that?
Sharp. He's looking sharp.
Okay. All right. I like it. All right. Let's kind of stick with Johnny O now. And Shauna, I guess that some folks may not realize that there is a women's line of Johnny O as well, right?
That is correct. They have a wide assortment of products that they create that is just fantastic for all men, women, all the above. And what's great about Johnny O is, as Corey mentioned, it's really quality. So you're going to see premium fabrics used. You're going to see premium embellishments, and those small hits are great for just that subtle, occasional, I want to wear it out, or I can layer it again and cover it up. But this is such a great line. This is one of our office favorites to work with, to see what they're going to come out with and what's going to be next. So as you can see, this is a Johnny O Addison long sleeve t-shirt. And what's great is they have it paired with a great piece of jewelry to go with it. And again, the subtlety is what's key here for this brand, is they always do it just right, with making sure that they bring about those subtle accents where it's not overpowering and dominating in your face. So it really does lead to just a premium product and not necessarily being overpowering. It's really fun.
Yeah, I like this. By the way, our friend Cindy Gonzalez is wearing that. She's the second vice president currently of the new name, of course, the TCU Block T Association. But it's not just the Johnny O here. There's accessories that are showing up on that screen for folks as well, Corey.
Yes, definitely. As you can see, the pendant that she's wearing is really kind of sets it off. And again, something classic and something distinct.
Yeah, this is a sunburst necklace, right, Shauna, that works perfectly with this.
That's right, and it's the Kyle Cavan necklace. And then what's great about it is, again, you can layer this necklace. It's a really important piece if you're going to have in layering, to have kind of that the triple effect if you're going to do layering, or the double effect to have that bottom one to kind of be your focal point. And this is a great piece for that. So if you already have a bunch of layering necklaces, this is a great addition that you can add on, and it kind of brings your eye to that focal point in the center. So if she were wearing layering necklaces, it would be the perfect addition to the end of it, but also it's a great piece to wear and pair on its own with the TCU garment. And again, like we keep going back to, but it's important to state that is that the logos aren't dominant, and it really flows nicely. So you can pair the two together, and it's not overpowering.
Yeah, and the thing about these that shows up, especially that to me looks like it's kind of a vintage coin look or something there.
Very popular, very trending this season are the coin necklaces, and really taking off. And again, it's really a great piece for all age group. I know that we have girls on staff that are very young, right out of college, and then all the way up to older generations, and they all love this vintage coin necklace. It's a great look that's really versatile for all ages.
You know, while we have a chance, we probably at some point, Corey, should explain the licensing side of things maybe a little bit more. Of course, obviously, CLC is a licensing agent for TCU. And I guess we probably should explain what collegiate licensing is.
Yeah, like I said, it's behind the scenes and very few people know about it, but I kind of like it too. An agent for the TCU brand, no different than LaDainian Tomlinson, who has an agent and he wants to play, or they want him to show up, they want him to sign something, they want to use his name, image, or likeness somewhere. That's what we do for the brand TCU. We are out trying to make those connections with manufacturers and licensees that want to use the TCU brand. And so what we do is really from a marketing, contract administration, artwork, quality, assessment of a company to see if they belong and they are what fits the TCU brand. And then once they do, we track their progress through the artwork that they submit, through the product that they submit, through the royalties that they submit, because obviously the revenue that comes back, a portion of that comes back to TCU. So for the Frog Club members out there, the one thing that you ought to know is every time that you see something that is officially licensed, a portion of what you're spending is going back to support programs at TCU. And I think that's extremely helpful. And knowing that, and then also knowing what you all want. We, as Shauna mentioned, through social media and other channels, we're always trying to figure out what it is the TCU fan needs and is interested in buying. And so you'll see a lot of things that have come out of that information that we've gathered. You know, it takes a lot to go out and say to a company, hey, we really think you ought to produce some TCU product. We have to prove a case to them. So we have to say the fans are screaming for this, or these are where fans are located. These are where the season ticket holders are located, so that we can also help the manufacturers get the distribution into the right retail channels. And so that's a big part of a lot of the behind the scenes work that we do that people don't really know.
And the one thing that we've seen is we've seen the addition of some very popular brands of late. And as we transition to slide number 3, Corey, I mean, you think about this next brand, Lululemon, hard to get bigger than that one right now, right?
It's a personal favorite of mine. Some of the stuff that you will see here, obviously for a lot of the guys out here, and I'm not a Lululemon spokesperson, but I got a ton of the pants that they offer for men, and a ton of the sweats and tees. And so again, you'll see a little bit further down some of the sweatshirts and things that they brought in. But this is great product, as you guys see here, and it's been a long time coming to get Lululemon to be a part of the college licensing space. They only tested the program with just a few schools. TCU was one of them. And so we obviously want to see it be successful, because then not only can we get more of the product in, but then we can work with them to expand the product line. And I can tell you, this product is flying off the shelves already.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, when they tested that, I think it tested in November, and it was sold out by the end of the month, right? When they originally did it. So that tells you how
Right.
quickly it moved off the shelf. You can see the head women's basketball coach here, Reagan Peebley. She is sporting that Slate Swiftly Tech long sleeve crew. And then David Roditi there as well, the head men's tennis coach here at TCU. He looks good. He's the man in the hat. You know, he always has that cool hat on. But David looking good there as well, wearing the 5-year basic tee, the super soft, they say, fabric that is designed by Lululemon that has been terrifically popular. This is really cool stuff, isn't it, Shauna?
It is. It really is. And if you're not familiar with Lulu, I don't know where you've been living for for the however many years, but it really is exciting to have them a part of the licensing game and have them a part of TCU because Corey mentioned it, but obviously their product is incredibly premium. It's a go-to for a lot of people right now, just in general in life, whether it's a casual look or whether you're going out or wearing it to work. It really is a great line. And the Align pant, the 25-inch pant, that is one of my favorites, one of my personal favorites. You cannot go wrong with it. So if you're not familiar with the brand, they really did pick the best fabric and the best legging to go with in order to introduce. And yes, we were all we knew it was going to sell out quickly. So when you see it back in stock, you definitely need to snag them because they're probably going to sell out again, especially for the holiday season.
Hey, but if you look at it, Reagan looks like a natural. They're modeling it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure about Roditi though. I don't know how comfortable he is there. Can you tell?
It's a Texas swag.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, by the way, Cindy came in here earlier, and this is a good question that we need to touch on. And she asked where she can purchase the necklace from the Johnny O outfit. We're going to get that information to her and let her know because that's important. The product lines that you're seeing here are available throughout, Corey, and that's one of the things that you also want to talk about is not only product lines but their availability as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's important for us to try and make the right things available, and that people respond and purchase them because that's the only way we can keep the licensees in the business. If they get product out there and it doesn't sell, then it tends to go away and won't come back. So that's definitely important. And I think we're going to share the shopping link to click on and actually find that pin.
Yeah. If you'll notice, there's a shopping link on the site here with us. If you'll click on that, it will take you directly to the ability to order that or point you in the right direction as to where you can pick that up as well. All right, let's transition from Lululemon. By the way, thank you to Reagan and David Roditi there for joining us. And let's stay within the brand, but another look here. This is Adam McAdoo. He's a 2020 track and field grad. He's an all-time record holder in the pole vault here at TCU. And this is a City Sweat hooded pullover sweatshirt. Say that 10 times real fast, but that's what it is. And this is really cool. This is soft. This is that sort of French terry fabric, I think is how they refer to it. It's a classic fit. And all of this stuff from Lululemon is, guys, it's really designed for folks on the move, isn't it?
Yeah, look, if I can jump in here just because this is my favorite sweatshirt. I got three of these.
All right.
And the pocket, and again, I'm not, I don't want to come across as a Lulu spokesperson, but the pocket, the cell phone fits. It doesn't make it feel like the cell phone is weighing the entire sweatshirt down. It stays in its form, but it's extremely comfortable. I wear them all the time, particularly when I'm on Zooms and don't have to turn on the camera.
There you go. I think they're going to reach out to him. You're going to be a brand ambassador soon.
Yeah, soon enough he will be. Hey, Shauna, that reminds me, one of the things we should talk about is how you got in this collegiate licensing space. And then I also, at some point tonight, we got to talk a little bit about Shark Tank, if you don't mind. But tell us how you got in this space.
I got into the space, well, quite frankly, I was really behind the scenes. I had a journalism background, graduate from Oklahoma State University. It was my alma mater, and I wanted to go into sports broadcasting, and I kind of entered the field and then got pulled away into a styling field. So professional styling, ended up in apparel. And then we were huge fans and always attended the games. And my husband had about 900 options to choose from when we would go to the store. And I remember Googling, and there wasn't a lot that was coming up, the age-old cliche of the light pink t-shirt. And I thought, come on. And when we would go back to the games, I would find myself really almost styling out my own color coordinating outfits. And then I would work with some of my old friends to cut up dresses, and we would, of course, age appropriate at the time. I was no longer in college, but just making my own garments. And I thought, come on, we can definitely do better than this, guys. So we looked into it, and we test marketed a few times locally at Oklahoma State. And then what we did is we actually put it in test marketing for an official full year, and women just went crazy because it was just an underserved market. And that kind of leads back to what Corey was saying. Whenever it doesn't exist and it's not there, the fans will let you know, and the consumers will let you know. And so that's absolutely how I got my start. My great alma mater of Oklahoma State, they actually were great at helping set us up and getting us off the ground, and really buying into our brand and helping us grow as a brand. And that's the way a lot of companies like us start. It starts locally. Actually, TCU was our 7th school that we brought on at the time. So it was back in 2012, and it was such a great addition. The culture really drives what we do as a brand and who we end up becoming. And that's really a part of our story and how we kind of came to fruition. So it's been really a fun ride, working closely with a lot of the universities to design and develop these products for women.
And you think about it, Corey, the way this space is, there are a lot of folks who are small business owners who are in this space. And to me, that's got to be rewarding for you, for the licensing agent, but also for the school to be able to help folks that are small business owners starting out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Shauna is case number one of that type of example. Like she said, starting out with Oklahoma State and kind of building from there. And that's honestly the biggest difference between when you think of college licensing and the NFL licensing. You know, they have 32 teams. It's one entity that makes kind of decisions for all 32 teams. So what you kind of see in the NFL is if you see one thing for one team, you kind of get the same thing across every team, and they really can't zero in quickly enough, or really there's too many kind of things in the way for some small businesses or things that may be unique to a particular institution that they want to get licensed for and bring to market. And I think that's the biggest difference between college licensing and kind of your professional stick and ball leagues, is that we have the ability to be a little bit more nimble and find great opportunities that are specific to one particular university.
All right, good deal. I like it. Let's slide back into our slides. This one is called A Wee Bit Warped. And there's a face that you know and love. You see her on game day. Graciela Todd is wearing this. She's the general manager of catering here. And this was a vision from Noel Donovan, the former provost here at TCU. And this is the TCU tartan. All right. This tartan was created in the spring of 2018 by a senior fashion merchandising student named Amy Hibbler. Shauna, you can relate to this, right? I mean, here she is, a student, and created this tartan.
Absolutely, and that is fantastic that they incorporated it. And the tartan plaid, especially in team color, I mean, who doesn't want that as a part of their wardrobe? It's spot on. And the great thing about these wraps are they're huge giftables. Obviously, coming up on the holiday season, I'll bring that back up, but it's a great go-to gift. It's really versatile, so it's kind of one of those one-size-fits-all. So if you're not quite sure who to purchase for because you're not sure about their size, this is a great product to go for. And it's really great because it's transitional. I know a lot of women like to keep these. Actually, I'm pretty sure that almost every single female girl that we have on staff here has one hanging on the back of their chairs. In the office, they wrap up with it. So we really do have them all year round around the office, just in case. So it's a great one.
I love that. A Wee Bit Warped is what it's called. By the way, this one was hand woven by Nancy Brenner Sennett of Indiana. This item available also as a scarf. And again, you've got the link on the website if you'd like to find out more information about that one. All right, off we go. I think this might be a TCU Hall of Famer, and it is. Corey Santee, now an assistant basketball coach here on Jamie Dixon's staff. And of course, a terrific player in his day as a point guard here at TCU. And this is another small business featuring that TCU tartan, the signature cuffs line, if you will. That's the name of the group. It's a local Fort Worth banker, Cynthia Sadler. She created an entire line of luxury, I guess we could call them collegiate accessories for both men and women. This is, of course, the The assistant coach, Corey Santee, wearing this one. This is a bow tie, a pocket square, and the official tartan. This is a good look, isn't it, Corey?
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, I like this one. And Sean, I don't know if you noticed, Shauna, I've got the little pocket square as well.
Very
Yeah.
dapper. Very dapper. I love it. Spot on.
I wanted to make sure you know. And again, let's emphasize this: another small business that you're supporting here as well. Signature Cuffs is the name of that one. All right, let's go to another one. The Signature Cuffs Frog Squadron scarf and pocket square. How about this one? For the ultra refined Horned Frog fan. Beyond Cuffs is the name of it, obviously. And Beyond Cuffs created the Horned Frog Squadron pattern made of 100% silk. And the accessories that you're seeing here from Don Whalen, the Vice Chancellor for University Advancement, and Tracy Seiler-Jones, the Vice Chancellor of Marketing and Communications, well, they pair together nicely. And Shauna, we see that a lot with couples going to events and the games, don't we?
Absolutely. And the great thing about micro prints like this is, again, unless you get up close, you don't quite know what it is. So it's a subtle way for you to really show your team pride, and you can wear it anywhere. And then you know immediately whenever you spot another Horned Frog alum or another fan that will come up to you and be like, you know where you got that. So it's a great way to do that, and they really did pair it nicely. And yes, it is really popular to match couples going to games, or a lot of times a lot of people will just like to do family arrangements where they're all dressed the same at the tailgate. So that is a great way to do that. And it's a premium product, as you mentioned. Very nice, very elevated. So again, a great gift.
And both of these, by the way, feature the watercolor design. A local artist, Fort Worth muralist, as a matter of fact, Kristen Sobel here. So that's what you're seeing there. I just think this is a nice way to finish off a simple, small accessory that really makes a big impression. I think that's what these do.
Absolutely.
Let's go to the next one now, because I want to make sure that we're getting a good look at a lot of different items here. This is the College Vault by Blue 84. All right, this is some brand new pieces from the Vault. The College Vault program launched at TCU in 2016. And this is really kind of a celebration of fans and the time-honored traditions of their favorite teams. And Corey, this has been successful really throughout the country at universities, hasn't it?
Yeah, this has been a hot seller for many, many years. And it's really trying to go back in nostalgia and go back into the archives of TCU. You can't believe some of the logos, some of the scripts, some of the fonts that were used back in the day, and really put them in something that we have called and labeled the College Vault, that is really the umbrella brand over all things that are old and nostalgic for TCU. And so that people know distinctively what's current and what from the archives, and going back through game programs and other things in the archives, we've really been able to dig up some really unique things that I think all of the fans would be interested in purchasing. But love this product, and it's really something that is exclusive to a certain select base of licensees. So every licensee that's out there for TCU doesn't have access to these archived images. So we make that really select. So the product is select. It's of the highest quality, and I think that everyone would absolutely enjoy it.
And by the way, Shauna, the vintage look is it not?
It is, and it's so much fun. As Corey mentioned, the nostalgia behind it, it's just so much fun to play with. Like, I know several people that love this College Vault line, and a lot of them will go back and they will find old photos of their parents or grandparents that went to school, and they'll take a picture and they'll put it side by side, and it's just really fun to see that. And it really ties in the entire underlying theme behind what the college fan and traditions really mean. I mean, that a lot of us go to college by way of our parents and the traditions and following their footsteps. So this is a really fun line, and the College Vault collection is a really great opportunity to really tie that together. So I know it's really popular among the college age group.
Right. If we got any legacy alumni out there from over the years, if you got anything in your archives,
that's
make
right.
sure you get to the university. We'd love to add them to the collection.
I love that. By the way, thank you to Amy Patterson, who former letter winner here in volleyball, Mason Cox, a member of the TCU Rangers, and Celeste Alvarado, member of the TCU Showgirls, all for their modeling skills of that. I love that for Blue 84. All right, from the Vault collection. All right, let's move ahead now. Corey, you were saying Lululemon's your favorite brand. and you made that announcement. Yeah, you're trying to become a social influencer. I'm going to tell you that for me, It's this one, Tommy Bahama. This is my favorite brand. It's hard to go wrong, I think, with anything Tommy Bahama.
No
It
doubt.
It is. You can't really go wrong with Tommy Bahama. They really do put out a lot of fun things, and it's always inspiring to see what they're going to come up with each football season. So
Yeah.
it's definitely a fun one to watch.
This is a cross-country head coach, Lisa Morgan Richmond. Again, they have both the women's line and the men's line as well with Tommy Bahama. Be sure you click on those links. You can find out where you can pick those up. Thank you, Lisa, for doing that for us. All right, off we go again. One more I want to show you here before we get. I'm gonna make Shauna tell you her Shark Tank story before we get out of here. All right, Hill Flint here. This is kind of a staple, isn't when it comes to collegiate products. This is a Craftsman knit sweatshirt. Everybody's got to have one of these in their closet, don't they, Corey?
Absolutely. This is quality product. And I think that's the thing and kind of the consistent theme throughout this fashion show is we wanted to show the Frog Club these high-end items, super quality, really good marks and logos and brands from TCU put on them. And I think they would enjoy it.
All right, good deal. Now let's move on to the next brand that Shauna knows a little bit about. And before we get into that, Shauna, I want to, if you could, give us the Shark Tank story really fast because I want folks to know about this.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, it kind of fell. We didn't seek it out. I'll just say that it happened to fall in our lap. So we were just happened to be in the right place, the right time. I'll kind of run you through the quick version of it. We were at Atlanta, and we were at a trade show, and the entire trade show was flooded. So they were hosting Shark Tank auditions in downtown, and I ended up making my husband stand in the rain with me to go. It was the craziest decision that we ever did, but it landed us on Shark Tank and in front of all the sharks. So the one thing that I will say about Shark Tank is I think that we all anticipated it being very scripted, very much reality TV. And what I can say, it was incredibly authentic, very genuine, very authentic. They really do care about it looking and sounding authentic, like a real negotiation. We were in there for almost an hour negotiating with the Sharks, and obviously very, very fortunate to walk away with a deal with the Mark Cuban. He's still a business partner of ours today. We've expanded into a lot of different areas and arenas, so he is tremendous to work with. Obviously a Texan, so very familiar with that. But it's really one of the coolest experiences, obviously, of my adult life, and I would recommend anybody that has a small business to absolutely go after it, especially if you're a female and you're thinking about maybe doing something within business and you're just not sure. Go for it. Don't hold back. Just go for it, because the people and your loved ones around you will support you and they will lift you up. So
I love it, and it has paid off for you as we transition into this next slide. You know anything about this brand, Shauna?
Never heard of it. No, this is the company that we founded, and originally I mentioned Oklahoma State. So this is really the brand that speaks to the fashion female consumer. And what we did is we took a lot of the things that were trending in the marketplace, and then we tried to create them in very wearable product or very wearable fabrics that you could wear and transition from games or to in the office or just around town. So one of the things that we notice is, whenever you're talking about fashion and trends, you got to take some of that and then you've got to wear it on game day. So that really needs to have that versatility to it. And what we did is we took a lot of the trending styles from this fall. So as you notice in the bottom left corner of the screen, she's wearing the bubble sleeve, which is a huge trend for this fall, but it's very subtle, and it's still a crew neck sweatshirt. So it's incredibly wearable, and it's got an acid wash over the top of it. So it's very soft. Up in the right-hand corner, you see the fishgill ruffle sleeve shirt, and it's got just a distressed print over the top of it. Very casual. Again, very versatile, can layer over the top of it, and it's really one of those that are great to wear all the way through spring. So our job is to make sure that we really listen to the female consumer and bring the trends that are happening right this minute into the fan apparel world.
Yeah, and two beautiful models there displaying that for us as well. Let's move to the next one real quick. Again, still within your brand, and this is Julie and Ava Austin. She's the Associate Athletics Director here at TCU, Julie is. And tell us what we're looking at here.
So excited about the Mama and Mini collection.
Yeah.
A long time coming. As a mother myself, I was super excited. 2 young girls. We have had over 1 million requests over the last 10 years for kids. And so to be able to launch it as a Mama and Mini collection was just a huge step for us. So we're really excited to introduce it to the TCU family. It's been a huge success, very popular, and obviously wonderful giftable thing. And what's really fun is we've seen a lot of fans take their Christmas cards in it this year, their Christmas card photos in it this year. So it's been really fun to watch that come to fruition.
Yeah, that's fun stuff. I love that. Hey, Corey, before we go to the next slide, we're going to start seeing more and more brands here. There's so many brands that you partner with. How do you go about determining those? How do you add brands to the TCU collection?
Yeah, well, we spend a lot of time kind of monitoring the fashion trends, as Shauna
Hmm.
talked about a little bit earlier, and seeing what other companies, what other brands are doing in the marketplace, and think that when we see something and we think it would be a great fit for college licensing or specifically TCU, we actually spend a lot of time with our business development people. We have an apparel team that works here at CLC, and also a non-apparel team. You guys have seen a lot of apparel here over this fashion show, but also on the non-apparel side, everything from home goods to tents and chairs, drinkware, all of those things. We try and see what other brands may be doing, what other products are interest to the TCU consumer, and then we actually go out and pursue them and try and present a case for them to get involved in college licensing. So we spend a lot of time letting them know where the fans are, the fan base, the demographics. There's more women consumers and fans in college than any sport out there, which is huge. Obviously, highly educated, great sizable household incomes. So
Hmm.
when you talk about those things with these brands, that obviously sends off light bulbs to them, and they get the idea. And then we have to show them the actual specific fans for the brands, where they live, what retailers, what product is currently out there, and where we think they can fit in. So it's a long process, arduous process, but we're so glad here that you've seen a number of brands. And then the other one that we brought recently that I think is coming up next is Peter Millar, which
Yes.
many of you have probably seen out on the golf course. So when you go out on a golf course, we saw Peter Millar really rising and said, we think there's a great opportunity to connect with the college consumer.
Yeah, and that's been a huge seller at TCU, right? Continual top five brand seller for TCU. Yeah, let's dive right into this one. All right, this is Theo Anderson. He played on that Sun Bowl team back in 1998. He's wearing this fleece. This is a really cool look, and it's one of those that goes with so many things. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. I just love these. I've got one of these. I'll just be honest. I pulled a Corey there. I've got one of those because I think they're really cool. Theo, thanks for doing that. Let's go through a couple of more of these Peter Millar ones, because there's a whole brand new era out there. And you see Jim Schlossnagel here. This is our baseball staff. Kirk Sarlos, Bill Mosiello as well. And you look at what they're sporting, and this is just a good look. And I love the fact that this has the Frog Club logo on it. I think this is awesome, Corey.
Yeah. And again, when you talk about this and you talk about those quarter zips, for those of us that are spending a ton of time on Zooms, you can put a T-shirt on, a TCU T-shirt, grab that quarter zip every time you got to turn the camera on and throw it on. You look a little professional, more so than with the T-shirt. So I definitely should keep a few of those around.
Yeah, I love this, man. Good looking baseball crew there as well. All right, let's give you another Peter Millar we want to show you. You know these local and loyal Frog fans as well. Cynthia and Sherry here joining us. These are you see them all the times at the games. Love to see this. And again, this is where we get into, Shauna, brands like Peter Millar who have both the female line and the line for men as well. And let's don't lose sight of that when it comes to Peter Millar, right?
That's right. And this is a great line for if you know someone that kind of has a lot of T-shirts, maybe some outerwear, some different pieces, but you just want to get them that nice gift that's something, or for yourself. I mean, quite honestly, it's a great premium product for the fan that has everything. And again, like you mentioned, the Frog Club logo is really unique on this piece, and it's a great touch in addition. So if you're looking for something that is just really premium, but also for the fan that kind of has all of it, Peter Millar is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, and you can follow that.
Distinctive. Got to let them know who you are.
Exactly. And you can follow that shopping link, by the way, to find out more of what we call this brand specific stuff with the Frog Club logo, the signature series there. More of that is available at that shopping link. One more Peter Millar I want to show you that you want to think about. And these two guys, J.W. Wilson, Todd Fitzgerald, two really good friends, two former Lettermen here at TCU that have been highly successful. And you see it, you've got the button-down shirt, you got the quarter zip vest as well. I mean, these are just good classic looks by a brand that's extremely popular right now.
Again, great stuff for the waist up on these virtual Zooms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have no idea, especially with Todd. You have no idea what he's wearing. I'm sure he's got on flip flops. That's probably what he's sporting. So, but again, another good look. This is awesome, and I just think that Peter Millar obviously is going to continue to expand that brand, that the items that are offered from Peter Millar, and I love the Frog Club specific stuff as well. Well, we made it through. Guys, I don't know if we thought we could do it, but we did. A virtual fashion show
Right.
that I thought was pretty fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well.
Yes, we did. Thank you so much. Yes, it was a lot of fun. And as you mentioned, a lot of this is available in the link below. So again, appreciate you guys allowing us to be a part of it. And we love being a part of the TCU family.
And Corey, before I let you go, I want you to, if you could, kind of give us an idea of where you think collegiate licensing is headed in the future. What's around the bend?
Well, there's a lot around the bend. Obviously, we've been, as everybody has, we've been struggling through the pandemic and trying to get on the other side, but that hasn't stopped us from being focused on the future. So there's a lot of new great things in the works, a lot of new brands, a lot of new product categories that are coming out, and we just love to hear from the Frog Club specifically. If there's things that you guys are out there shopping for and looking for, please let us know, because we are trying our best to make sure we can bring the quality product that you want to the market.
All right. A big thank you to Corey. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule here tonight. Shauna, great to see your face. We're so proud of what you've accomplished. Look forward to bright things out of you in the future and a continued growing relationship with TCU.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight. Well, that's going to conclude our event. We want to say a big special thank you to everyone who was involved in pulling this off. We started the show by talking about the fact that, well, we're all here together. We're all in this together. It has been a trying 2020, but joy comes in the morning, as they say, right? And that's where we're headed right now. Count it all joy for us here tonight, because we had a chance to get together as Horned Frogs, as part of the Frog family. And we're all going to look good, too, if we just follow that shopping link. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for your support of the TCU Frog Club. And we look forward to seeing your face in person very soon. Go Frogs.